Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nerd Break, the podcast where we take a break from life and nerd out about our favorite things. I am your host, Joseph the Brosa, and joining me this week are two of my best friends in the entire universe, Zombs
I'm confused about what's happening right now.
and Moxie.
I got a lot of pride going on right now.
Well, as long as it's also pride in your work, I will allow it. And Zombs, why in the world are you confused?
Well, there's the weather, the stock market. That's about it.
Okay, then.
I mean, fair enough.
Roastiv's attitude.
He's kind of surly right now, isn't he?
I beg your pardon.
Hey, I'm just saying. Got a mean old scowl on your face.
You should talk.
I'm actually smiling right now. You can actually tell from the way I am talking.
Yes, I can.
Ha! Proven wrong.
That is probably because this week you are taking over the news segment in the just in case you missed it video game news.
Oh, and
Moxie,
that is
take it away.
so dangerous.
Congratulations.
Yay, I got promoted, unlike my job. Still waiting on that promotion.
You get more pay now?
Up
Hey,
from 0 to 0, sure.
funny joke. All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
In our first piece of news, Square Enix had a 35th anniversary live stream for Dragon Quest, which included the announcement of Dragon Quest XII: The Flames of Fate, as well as a remake for the Dragon Quest series, a Dragon Quest III. Also announced was a new spin-off title, Dragon Quest Treasures, which is kind of interesting. Dragon Quest XII, according to series creator Yuji Horii, will be much darker and more adult themed. Possible changes could be the inclusion of some decision making options for how the adventure may play out, and of course, some changes to the command battles. The final game, Dragon Quest Treasures, which I mentioned, is a spin off title featuring Eric and Mia from Dragon Quest XI, and that is supposed to follow their childhood with some treasure hunting here and there. No release dates on platforms were announced, but hey, kind of looking forward to that. What do you think, guys?
That's a lot of Dragon Questing.
I'm kind of looking forward to them. The Dragon Quest III one in particular, because it's a 2D HD remake.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Yes, I watched the trailer for it, and it looks amazing. It's the same kind of art style as Octopath Traveler, and
Yeah,
I love that art style. Just wish I
yeah.
had played more of Dragon Quest XI. I have it, but
Well, if you've got it, go ahead and play it. I mean, what's stopping you, buddy?
it's a long, long 50+ hour RPG.
And we got a long, long quarantine still ahead of us, like 2021, man. Let's get
I'm
on
not
this.
quarantined.
I mean, relative. You're not officially quarantined, but deep down inside, you're quarantined.
Right. Sure.
Hmm.
I'm actually kind of interested in all of these personally.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Of course, we're gonna get some more news as it, gets closer to the release date because they do all kinds of. Most companies do the teasers and more release. Oh, take a look at these screenshots. So we'll find out more.
Yeah, I would bet we get the Dragon Quest III remake first, though.
I don't know. I'd say Dragon Quest 12. You want to put some money down on it? I haven't bet in a while.
Oh, good grief. Sure, sure. I'll
Mhm.
I'll bet you. We'll
Okay,
discuss it after the podcast.
How
done
much
deal.
really quick are you bidding?
We'll
Uh,
discuss the transactions later. Next up, though, Sega also had a live stream celebrating Sonic's 30th anniversary. I guess the Blue Blur is a millennial too. Among the announcements was a remake for Sonic Colors, in Sonic Colors Ultimate, which honestly never played Sonic Colors, kind of looking forward to that. Um, as well as a Sonic game collection in the form of Sonic Origins, also wanting to play that. And a brand new Sonic game in 2022, which I'm also probably going to want to play that. Sonic Colors Ultimate is slated for release on September 7th this year for all platforms, some for everyone. Sonic Origins pulls together five classic Sonic games, which includes Sonic the Hedgehog, a Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and of course Sonic CD, which not a fan of. This is important as the inclusion of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Sonic and Knuckles hasn't been made available since the Sonic Mega Collection. What do you think, guys? Gonna get it?
I'm excited. Yes, I'm
Eh?
definitely going to get it.
Send
I'm gonna
some
get
love
all
to
of
True
these.
Blur? Hmm?
I am saddened by the fact that you, Moxie, have not played what is heralded as the best 3D Sonic game to have come out since the Sonic Adventure games.
Yeah, and I'm a Sonic fan, but that's one I never got to play. I did see my father play it, uh, a little bit of it, but I never actually got to play it, and I actually never got to watch it consistently. It was more like, "Oh, I'm passing the room. Hi, what are you playing? Oh, okay, move on." That one for
Fun
some
fact.
reason, yeah. Hmm?
Sorry to interrupt. Fun
No,
fact,
it's okay.
the I actually skipped it when it originally came out and had to backtrack to buy it and play it.
Ha. I don't know. Maybe with this I'll play it, but I don't know why. It just never appealed to me.
Well, there's something else to appeal to both of you.
Hmm.
The baby Sonic from the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is
Hmm.
a freebie giveaway. They have a keychain Sonic, baby Sonic in the packaging for Sonic Colors Ultimate.
Interesting.
Get it for me.
Uh,
Hey,
hmm.
it's not that expensive. It's only $40.
Only 40 and as my wallet bleeds.
I'm also very saddened by the fact that you absolutely don't like Sonic CD Moxie. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, just
Shame on you.
nope. Well, it's not that I don't like it, it just never appealed to me. I feel neutral on it. I'm kind of like, eh, whatever. Which is why I really
Or
love
the
games.
Sonic CD was on the Sega Saturn, right?
Mm.
No. Well, yes. It was
Is that where it
actually,
started?
I think it was originally available for the CD attachment for the Sega Genesis. Because it was originally made for the PC, I believe it was. Then it was ported to the Genesis and ported to the Saturn. And that's kind of where the CD came from, is because it was the first Sonic game on a CD format.
Yeah, I never played that one either.
Yeah, of all the things, I don't play PC games, but I played that particular Sonic game on PC. That's the only way I remember even remotely any of this.
And now we know the exception to the rule.
There is one other thing I would like to add before we move to the next thing,
What?
and that is that the Sonic 2022 game is potentially sounding like it may be named Sonic Rangers, but from what I've heard, that's only the code name.
I'm sorry, Ranger makes me think of like D&D. So I'm already expecting a D&D setting with Sonic, and I don't think that's gonna fit.
I go one step further. Zombs, you'll like this. I was thinking Sonic Power Rangers.
No. We don't need a common rider situation. No, no, no common riders. No.
No, just a Pink Ranger. Right,
Uh,
Zombs?
oh no.
That is every growing boy's first crush.
All right.
Well, from the
Well,
90s, I guess.
nah, I never was a fan of that particular one. Um, by the way, the rumored Switch Pro actually might be surfacing. It seems like a listing on Amazon Mexico popped up Friday. Quickly taken down, but it existed for a while. Followed from a previous report made by Bloomberg, saying that the fabled console will be announced before E3 and be available for purchase this fall. Now, it's hard to say if we can believe the Amazon Mexico listing, as that's up for debate. Though in the past they have leaked other things such as the Spyro trilogy before, so there's always that. Among the current rumors for the Switch Pro, it is supposed to output in 4K when docked. It also has a kickstand and a smaller bezel, increasing the screen size to 7 inches, for those who, size matters.
Is the kickstand special in any way?
I don't know. I think it's something to do with Microsoft.
Thought I heard that was the same type
Hmm.
of style of kickstand as the Microsoft Surface tablets.
I think it is too. Could be,
Supposedly.
supposedly. We don't know until it is actually released.
Broseph, does size matter for you?
Zombs, in certain circumstances, it does.
Mm, I'm
He's
so
I
shallow.
am excited for this, for the fact that if any of this is true, we could be getting the announcement of a Switch Pro so soon. And my
mm.
poor Switch, it's still working just fine, but I want that Pro. I've been waiting for it.
It's gonna be too pricey, I already know, so I'm gonna be stuck with the original Switch, and I got the very first, wave of Switches, um, with the malfunctioning controllers. But whatever. It works fine. I bought new controllers for it. Everything's good. It works. I'm gonna stick with that because the Pro, I'm pretty certain they're going to come out with another version after the Pro. And you know what? The money is going to get ridiculous after a while.
Honestly, I would argue the point of how much the Pro costs, just because Nintendo, when they refresh their handheld lines, and that's what the Switch is actually kind of being treated as with Nintendo, it's being treated more as a handheld than a home console, especially with the light version refresh and that one being priced at 200. I would bet that the Pro actually isn't going to wind up being that much higher in price because they can't really afford to go like four or $500 on this thing. I would bet money that the highest end that the Pro will go is 350 at the
That's
highest.
still a lot for me.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not a lot of money in any way, shape, or form, no matter who you are. I'm just saying that I can't imagine them going three higher than 350, and I actually, in some ways, would bet that the Pro winds up maybe even replacing the regular Switch
Mhm.
and taking over that price point. I could be wrong, but I don't see them going higher than 350 at the very least with a Switch Pro. It doesn't make sense from their business model lately.
Well, we will see when it's finally announced. Well, for those who like Animal Crossing, raise your nets in salute. The manga Animal Crossing New Horizons Volume 1 Deserted Island Diary is actually making its way to the West courtesy of Viz Media, which I actually like Viz Media. It's pretty good. Originally released last July in Japan, the manga will be released on September 14th for 9.99 US dollars, featuring 128 pages with story and art by Kokunasu Rumba.
I'm getting it.
You getting it?
I'm
Hey.
getting it.
Uh,
I'm going to Barnes and Nobles.
yeah, for me, I'm one of those people that gets a subscription to just read manga, Shonen Jump. Um, so it's just easier, like 1.99 a month to read manga, read as much as I want. But shoot, you got to tell me what that's like. Gotta let me know.
I would like to
Mm,
say that I am so very surprised that you were able to read that piece of news and not let out a squeal of delight.
No, trust me, when you actually posted it up in our Nerd Break Discord, I kind of did squeal in delight. Like, oh, they're actually doing this. They're actually going to release this. This is awesome. I kind of want this, but wait, money, my wallet is crying. So I will probably see if Zombs is going to read it. Oh, he is? Yes. Mission accomplished. I take advantage of my friends. I mean, Didn't quite say that.
And yet it's safe
I
for
will,
all
I'll
posterity.
send you a copy
Oh, you're so sweet.
right after I finish reading it.
I'll send you Death Wish coffee in the mail. You'll have to brew it yourself. I don't think the mailman is gonna appreciate brewed, hot Death Wish coffee. By the way, guys, the PlayStation game, Days Gone, as we all have heard, very recently in the news has been cropping up. It is now technically playable on Xbox consoles, thanks in part to the new additions made to Microsoft Edge browser on the consoles. Uh, by the way, to do it, one has to stream the game from their PC, which Days Gone recently released on by special programs such as Parsec, for example. Um, if you do this, you might want to know that it does not result in perfect graphics. Resolution is kind of the frame rate seems to take a major hit when you do that. But I guess it is playable if you want to do that.
I have so many major issues with this right off
I
the
don't like
bat.
it. I don't like it at all. Then again, I again did not play Days Gone, but if the graphics take a hit, resolution takes a hit, frame rate tanks, why would you do that? Just why?
Will it be so
I
bad to the fact that you think, "Oh my god, I'm playing Nintendo 64 all over again"?
That's a whole nother bag of worms. Good
Mhm.
grief, Zombs. You're talking generational gaps.
Mhm.
We're talking
That's it.
about horrible choppiness.
Yeah, but that's what it's gonna feel
I
like,
know.
honestly, to me. Huh.
Do you remember playing, like, those old games and you're like, "Wow, these graphics are the best," and then you look back 20 years later and you're thinking, "What was I thinking?"
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually that's actually quite relatable. Been a couple times that I've thought that.
I have never thought that.
Well, there is always the exception to the rule. That is the word of the day, thanks to Sesame Street.
Well, okay,
Or I should
Big
say word of
Bird.
the day. No, I'm more Elmo. Sorry about that.
Okay. Um, I'm actually surprised they got this to work in the first place.
Yeah,
But
same.
there again, Sony actually did this before with the crossplay with the PSP and the PS3, and then again with the PS4 and the PlayStation Vita. So I don't know. This is a technical marvel in one way, and in another way, it's just utter rubbish.
I wouldn't like it. Wouldn't be the appeal to me. I mean, if quality is gonna tank that bad, why? I mean, if you're desperate, okay, sure, if you're desperate to play the game, but that wouldn't be me.
My final thought on this is why in the world would you stream it from your PC to your Xbox anyways? I mean, it's the PC that you sit at home and play to your Xbox that you sit at home and play.
Yep.
They're probably like two rooms apart if they're not in the same room. It's not the same as like if this was possible on the Nintendo Switch where you could go down to the coffee shop and stream it through the internet on your Switch. That would be a major, major thing. This is just like, why?
I mean, people would do stuff, especially when they're bored. You know this by now.
This is true. I may or may not be guilty of it myself.
Mm. But what you're not guilty of is the fact a new state of play aired for Horizon Forbidden West. By the way, it was featuring gameplay, really cool looking, including new travel mechanics, combat options. Oh, and a piece of the game's new story, which is interesting. The story takes place around a ruined San Francisco where a plague called the Red Blight is wreaking havoc. Poor San Francisco in the past with, the plague in real life and now in a video game. There are also rebels that have been able to control the machine beasts. Unsure of how this is going to play out and what impact that's going to have on the characters. The game is currently slated for this year. No definitive date beyond this holiday season, but again, it's a game you have to kind of keep an eye on to see how it's progressing along.
And it is another game that looks so interesting, and yet I haven't even played the first one.
I mean, now's the time, and the great thing about when, sequels come out or announced, typically the original games or the games previous tend to take a sale hit.
Oh, I
So
bought mine for $10 at Christmas last year.
if you bought it last year, then go ahead and play it. Come on.
I've played it a little, but not enough.
Mm.
It's one of those things. Has anybody else watched that State of Play?
I unfortunately was not able to, mostly because the last few days I have been drawn into my work, unable to do anything else. But unfortunately, I only got snippets, so I can't say I officially watched it. I only saw snippets.
Zombs, did you get to watch it?
No, I did not.
Oh, well, then I guess the most that any of us saw was snippets because I actually breezed through most of it
Yeah.
and caught what the major parts were. It looks really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such an intriguing world. I'm gonna have to go play the first one after I'm done here.
Yeah, something to do.
Thanks,
And you have
Moxie.
enough time because there's no definitive release date yet. You still have time to actually experience the original.
I heard it was really good. I'm gonna give it a shot. I also need to play the first one.
People marked it as kind of like a lesser Breath of the Wild. And in watching the state of play, there was one other thing that I want to mention. They talked about how there was a mechanic in the game that some kind of special scanner where you could scan the environment for anything that was freely scalable, which from my perspective is just another half step to what Breath of the Wild actually did, which was let you climb over everything. They're making it so that you can climb certain things freely, but not so. It's sad.
It is what it is. Well, like I said, we will learn more as time progresses because that's typically how it goes. Well, along with that, though, announced for the PlayStation God of War Ragnarok. It has been confirmed to be delayed into next year by Sony to give the time needed to kind of polish up the game. And also to give team at Santa Monica Studios some breathing room with it, which you guys know how I feel on that about studios actually delaying stuff to avoid as much as possible crunches. I support that.
Oh yes, I would too, honestly.
I'm with you on that. I mean, there's just been so many issues. I mean, hey, let's not have another repeat of Cyberpunk when that was
Oh,
released.
poor Cyberpunk. I mean, hey, I guess it's not like the biggest disappointment of 2021 now. Apparently it's Balan, Wonderworld. Um, but
I heard of that.
yeah, yeah. The joke of 2021. We don't need another one of that. We don't need another Cyberpunk. We don't need, you know, eh, take the time you need now. Polish it. Fix it up. Make sure it's fine. Test run it. Test run it some more. Actually do testing, and it'll be fine.
I would be hard pressed to think Sony would let a God of War game go out the door without any polish at all. That just I can't see it.
I mean, look at CD Projekt Red. It's actually a really well-known and well thought of company, and they made the Witcher games, which were good. Got delayed, but they were good when they finally released. And they made Cyberpunk after all the delaying, and then it looked the way it did.
CD Projekt Red though is independent,
Yeah, this is true.
and Santa Monica has the full funding of Sony, so there's a
This is
kind
true.
of huge difference there. Not to
So,
discount CD Projekt Red though.
yeah. But that is a point. That is a point. Well, to wrap it up, and so you don't have to hear my grating voice much longer, in our final piece of news, Nintendo has announced its E3 plans. in the form of a Nintendo Direct and Treehouse presentation airing June 15th. Uh, that's the last day of E3, for those who don't know. Nintendo Direct is said to be roughly 40 minutes long and will feature only Switch software. No surprise there, right? Treehouse presentation will follow directly after and feature 3 hours of gameplay. Also, no surprise there.
Actually, I am surprised
Really?
because yes, I am. Um, the fact that Nintendo is holding off their presentation for the end of E3 is weird. I mean, why would you take something that starts the weekend before and make all your big hype at the tail end of it? Unless the Switch Pro rumors are actually true and that is getting announced
That's
before
kind of what I'm
E3.
thinking, man. That's the first thing I thought of. Because here's the thing, when you got something that huge, you're gonna wanna make it the sweet, sweet spot at the end of E3 to have people actually stay for most of E3 or at least participate or watch it just so they can get to that point. Yeah, it's all good marketing, man. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, plus they went out of their way to say that it's only going to be Switch software. There's absolutely
Uh-huh.
no hardware, nothing for any other system in any way, shape, or
Yeah,
form.
do you not think that that's probably what that's gonna be?
Um, I have my thoughts as to what is actually going on here. And the fact that the presentation is 40 minutes long for me means that there's going to be all the games that we didn't get last year are going to be slammed together. So we're probably going to get a lot of really big announcements
Mhm.
come out of that. And that might be the other reason why they're holding it off to the last day because they're going to be shooting out rapid fire these really big titles that were really supposed to come out last year didn't.
Mhm.
But I'm boggled by the fact that they're doing only a 3-hour treehouse presentation. That really means that they're probably only touching on a very few games, and if it's anything like what they've done in the past, they may only stick with the games that are coming up in the next couple of months to show off, which is
Yep.
actually not good.
I think it's okay. I think it's actually good. It's gonna give more attention to the current projects and possibly allow for more time to kinda get it out to the public, show them what's going on with it. I think it's perfectly fine.
See, I take kind of the opposite to that because Super the Mario Golf game comes out the end of this month. There's not a whole lot they need to show about that. And next month is Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. And can't you imagine how much more they can actually hype that game up, given the fact that A, it was a Wii title, so this is just a remake. What more could they actually really add to the game than they already have done?
Is that a challenge? Because they'll probably find something.
There's one other thing though that just occurred to me, and I'm wondering if they're going to do anything for the Legend of Zelda's anniversary.
What?
Well, it is the 30th anniversary, 30,
Yeah,
30th
but, like,
anniversary. So,
what do you think they might do?
well, they did a Mario collection last year, and technically the Super Mario 3D World remake was probably supposed to come out last year too and slipped into this year. So I'm wondering if they've got a Legend of Zelda remake, and there's already been rumors that there is another Legend of Zelda game. So I wouldn't put it past them to have at least one more Zelda game this year.
I mean, it is possible.
Guess we'll find out in 2 weeks' time.
Hmm.
I'm excited.
Well, that's all the news that I have. I suppose that means we have to move on to better, bigger things, more important things involving birthdays.
No, it's time
Yeah.
for Zombs anime news.
Oh, I guess that too. I was looking forward to the birthdays. I want birthday cake, okay? Can you like do you, can you blame me?
Are you salivating over there?
I'm probably gonna go get some like meat in a second. I'll tide
Oh,
me
good
over.
grief.
Ooh, send me some.
Got some good stuff. Starlight Meadery.
Send me some. Anime news.
One of my favorite times of the week. Anime.
So here's a video game that is about anime, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, where Gohan takes on Android 17 and 18 in their DLC trailer.
This is interesting. Wasn't that game reviewed poorly, though?
Yes, it was.
Ooh, we're starting off bad. Zombs. Come on, buddy.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, you know what? There was a lot of negative reviews, but you know what? That's just what I've seen because myself personally, I have spoken with people who do play the game, and fans, a lot of fans liked it. So I was told if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, definitely check it out
Okay, I won't do that.
because you're not a fan of anime. We know this. Moving
No,
on.
I am a fan of Dragon Ball Z, but I still won't do that because I'd rather play a better Dragon Ball Z game.
Samurai Warriors 5 gets its final Japanese trailer.
Really,
Uh
Zombs?
yes. Samurai Warriors 5. This is really big in the something I've noticed that went hand in hand with anime and video games was Samurai Warriors. Also from the Dynasty Warriors line. Uh Wanted to talk about this. So everybody who's excited, well, Japan gets it June 24th. Yay. But for everybody else, we're getting it July 27th.
Okay. Okay, that's coming up.
Zombs, are you getting it?
Yes, not right away, but I am.
Sure you are.
So here's something. For another video game, we've got video games for the anime people. I love it. Uh, Genshin Impact is coming to the Epic Game Store. So I get on Facebook and I see all the talk about Genshin Impact, especially whenever they have the different crossovers and whatever. And I'm impressed. I personally have not played it. I'm told that I need to play it, and I most definitely will make time to play this game because I need to see what all the hype is about. Broseph, you should probably look into this. I think you'll like it.
I have looked into it and I probably would like it, but I suffer from the same problem everybody else does. Too much stuff to do, not enough time to do it. And I refuse to stay up 24/7, 365 to play certain games.
You have the most time out of all of us.
And
I
I still
mean,
don't have enough time.
he's got a point though.
I am the humble editor of this podcast, as well as the content creator on my own personal channel.
Mm-hmm. And
That takes up at least 4 days a week.
does it? You
Yes,
sure?
yes,
Are you sure?
yes.
But are you sure?
I'm not even going to respond at this point. Zoms,
Are you
quit
sure?
giving us anime news that's video game news in disguise.
You're absolutely right. Here is the next piece of anime news. How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, Season 2. It's out. It came. I'm happy for it. Have you guys heard of this anime? Well, let me redirect that question. Moxie, have you heard of this anime?
Mm, no, actually. I mean, in passing, but not enough to actually identify.
Well, I have a statement to make. I have heard of it. So there.
Is it because I talked about it?
Just now, yes, but that's besides the point.
So let me tell you a bit about this. So, long story short, this anime follows this guy. He's a gamer, shut in, whatever, playing this game, this MMO game, and he somehow gets sucked into the game because I guess in an alternate world where this game is reality, these two girls summon him, but his character has like reversal magic. So what it does is he gets or they're supposed to like summon him and he gets summoned, but then they're supposed to like somehow enslave him. but instead it backfires and he ends up enslaving them. And there's a whole lot of like cutesy stuff with this anime. This guy's like super strong. It's crazy. But he gets into funny situations with these girls, and there's a lot more girls, and really to me it's a fan service anime, but still it's pretty funny. I would recommend it.
I mean, if you recommend it, I might check it out. Not too big
Check
on
it out, you pervert.
fantasy stuff, but yeah, I mean, aren't we all?
Yeah, yeah, it has to be considering it's Zombs making the recommendation.
Mm,
No, you weirdo. But anyways, season
Waifus.
season 2 is out. Check it out. Actually, you know what? I don't believe that I have a waifu in this. And there are plenty of female characters. You're just gonna have to check it out. Tell me what you think. You know what? That's gonna be a game for this podcast. For you listeners, if you think that one of the characters in there is a waifu for me, go ahead and send us that email. Broseph, what's the email?
what is that email?
This must be payback for something. Nerdbreakpodcast@gmail.com. It's also down in the description of the video.
Good job, Broseph. And now it's time for that special moment where we light candles and we sing special songs.
At the grave. I mean,
Happy birthday to you. There's that dang ghost again.
yep, dead like the rest of us.
So there's quite a bit here. I'm gonna just go through them. For June 1st, we've got Demon Slayer, Mitsuri, Conroji. Everybody loves her.
Is that including you?
Probably.
I don't know her well enough, so no, that's a negative.
Yeah. Ha.
Sure, Zombs. Sure.
Here's some more video game and anime. How about for June 1st from Street Fighter, one of my favorites, Zangief.
Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Another June 1st. This anime caught people by surprise. Rent a Girlfriend for Kazuya Kinoshita. He's a funny guy.
That's not fair. Why isn't it the birthday of one of the girls? Come on, Zombs.
You see, you are a pervert. June 2nd,
Because dudes are hot
Inuyasha.
too.
Here's another husbando. This is Moroku from Inuyasha. Happy birthday, Moroku.
I have this feeling that Zombs is slanting this list this week towards you, Moxie.
I mean, honestly, I'm fine with hearing about either, but that's fine. Throw some guys my way.
I don't know if this one's a guy or this one's a doll. June 2nd from Seven Deadly Sins, Gother.
That's a memory.
Yeah, I may have just spoiled it for some people. Well, you know what? You people need to get out there and watch Seven Deadly Sins. It's pretty good. But June 4th, here's a popular one from Yu-Gi-Oh! Yugi Muto.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Little Yugi?
oh. Time to duel.
You've activated my trap card.
uh, memories of actually having a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Yeah, no shame. No freaking shame.
Sometimes when I go to Vegas and I'm like playing blackjack or something like that, and I go, believe in the heart of the cards, and um the the dealer says, "Oh, you're a fan," and he says, "I hope you win." And sometimes I do. Sometimes I do.
Man, I would love to just kind of follow you around just to kind of watch the shenanigans you get up to.
I have one
Edge
question, though.
play. What's that?
Okay, what is it, Negative Nancy?
Well, no. Does the dealer turn into Keanu Reeves?
If he did, I would stay there, but I'm here, so
I would
he
love
did
it if
not.
it turned into Keanu Reeves. Can we have Keanu Reeves as a card dealer and then me actually learn blackjack, poker for just Keanu Reeves, just for him to, say a few lines from the Bill and Ted, you know?
I'll do one better.
Mm.
I'll see if I can get in touch with his agent and see if he'll be on the podcast.
I would love it if
His agent or Keanu Reeves?
Whatever the fastest way is. Keanu Reeves, if you're listening, please come join us on our humble podcast.
Run away. Run away. I mean, sure. Come on the podcast.
Next up, we've got from Hunter Hunter, not Hunter X Hunter, Hunter Hunter, June 6th. We've got Hisoka. Everybody loves this guy for some reason. I follow a cosplayer who
I love how every time you say Hunter Hunter, you have to make the distinction. It's Hunter Hunter, not Hunter X Hunter.
this is true.
I like how Moxie said something that so I didn't have to.
Character from One Piece. And you know what? I cannot deny her. This is definitely a waifu. June 7th's birthday. And I'm saving the best for last. Perona.
Saw that coming.
I have no idea who that is.
That's okay because I do. I also have a figure of Perona and some art on my phone, my laptop, and I even have her laugh as a ringtone.
You have just descended to a new low, Zombs.
You shut the hell up.
No, he can trust me. He can go lower. He's perfectly fine.
Well, considering he's been in the grave once already, I don't suppose that much lower.
Are you saying
is-
that loving this character is a low? I'll whoop your ass.
I'm not saying that loving the character is the problem. I'm saying obsessing about the character is the problem.
Gonna go make popcorn. Gonna sit down
Who's
and watch.
obsessing here? That's not you know what? You do need an ass kicking. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Okay, I'm gonna put some cheese flavoring on this popcorn. You guys just duke it
Moxie,
out for my amusement.
caramel for me.
If you survive, you get caramel.
Oh, I don't have to survive anything. Zombs is going to be flailing like a crazy person.
You say that.
But with the video game and anime news out of the way, it is now time for that biggest of big things. It is time for our
Big topic.
That's right, Zombs. And this week is no exception, as this week and all this month, we are celebrating E3. It's that time of year, the time for all the people that love video games to get collectively hyped up and squeal out loud. Today, we are going to be discussing some of our favorite. It's something very specific about a particular E3 impressions and feelings for E3's past. We're going to talk about.
Okay, I'll do it. So for E3, one of my fondest memories is watching E3 when G4 TV was around. I don't know if you guys remember that. I don't know if it's still around or not.
It's not. It's
Of
so
course.
dead.
You negative Nancy. Anyways, I remember that this guy had released during Halo's early days. This guy had released this very funny instructional video on how to play the different game modes on Halo multiplayer. To this day, I still can't find that video. I would love to watch it again, but yeah.
For me, my memory, I have one very big memory because I absolutely lost my shit for days afterwards. The trailer for Death Stranding. I'm a huge Kojima fan, huge Del Toro fan, huge Ito fan, huge everything. Mad Mikkelsen too. Yeah, that trailer was like my everything for a few days following it. I spammed it on Tumblr. I nonstop just was like, guys, to anyone who would listen to me, like, did you see that trailer? Absolutely lost my ever loving shit with that.
One of my favorite memories from E3 past is a Nintendo Direct presentation. And I can't remember if it opened with this or not, but Miyamoto, Reggie Fils-Aimé, and the president of Nintendo at the time, who I am blanking on the name on, were all puppets. And in the video, they transformed as puppets into the Star Fox characters. And that was just the whole presentation, from them walking along to the shock and surprise of them transforming into the Star Fox characters. It was all for Star Fox Zero for the Wii U, but it was so much fun. Nintendo has some of the funnest presentations when it comes right down to it for E3. Zombs, did you have anything else you would like to share?
With E3, it was just really great to want to like see everything that was coming out. And you know what? It seemed like it was a simpler time back then. Now it seems like Nintendo wants to be a Madonna and take away the glory from everybody by announcing all this stuff before E3. And then what? They still got more to announce at E3? Come on. Just save it all for E3, man.
I don't know what you're talking about, Zombs.
I'm venting here. Moxie knows what I'm talking about. Back me up, Moxie.
Exactly. You do not need to explain yourself.
Yes, he does.
No,
I
he
am
doesn't.
so utterly confused right now.
No, he doesn't.
You're confused. I'm confused. I think our confusion together, the source is Broseph the Joseph.
Well, there's one other thing that I would like to point out, Zombs. At one point in time, Nintendo collaborated with Robot Chicken for a presentation, where Reggie Fils-Aimé took a fire flower, turned into Fire Flower Reggie Fils-Aimé, and threw a fireball at someone.
Nice. I am a Seth Green fan.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. Moxie, did you have anything else to add?
The original Napster.
No, not for me. No.
Okay. Well, dear listener, if you have any E3 memories that you would like to share with us, send those to us at nerdbreakpodcast@gmail.com. You can also suggest a future big topic through that same email address. Send us also in the comments anything that you would like. Let us know what you think of the podcast. Also, don't forget we have a Tumblr at nerdbreakpodcast, and you can just tell Moxie off on there.
Absolutely, I welcome it.
Thank you, everyone, so much for listening. Don't forget to give us a like here on YouTube, as well as hit that subscribe button. You can also listen to us on podbean.com, Amazon Music, and Google Podcasts. But on behalf of myself, Zombs,
we require additional pylons.
And Moxie,
all your base belong to us.
Thank you, everyone, again, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone. All our base belong to us.
I laughed. I laughed really hard when you said that. It's a good thing I was muted.
Honestly.